Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. It's road to the final day in FC26, and really, we're just asking EA to do something fun. We've got the normal expectations, a new promo team coming into packs, lots of promo Friday content with new Evos, new SBCs, and everything. But something unique is what we're after today. That's what we need right now in this game. Now, how will EA do that? I don't know. I've got some ideas, but what we do know is the road to the final cards will be getting some okay upgrades. We're going to talk through the upgrade pack for these cards because, of course, winning the Champions League gives a huge boost, but it's what matters along the way because more cards will get upgrades along the way and only a couple will get the ultimate upgrade. That makes the SBCs look a little bit more tempting as those kind of become a gamble as well for how far they may progress in the tournament. Now, I digress. There's a lot to discuss today, guys. Maybe even some really good opportunities to make profit on a Friday night with a Friday night bubble. We haven't seen a great one of those in a long time because the market's just been crashing. Prices are starting to move up. They might move up more. Let's talk about it, guys. If you're excited for this one, drop a thumbs up on the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now, to start the video today, I just want to say thank you to you guys. A lot of you were in the stream yesterday, hanging out. It was a whole lot of fun. I just want to say thank you for all the birthday wishes and thank you for making the start of year 30, decade number 3, a great one. Now, let's get to the yesterday content that dropped in this game. In objectives, all we have to mention is the weekly refreshes for SP. If you're chasing those level ups, those rewards in the season pass, you'll get a little bit more SP here in the seasonal tab, and then also through the manager and player career and even pro clubs objectives, which I will mention if you're somebody that really grinds SP. Something is up in clubs. Some objective group is not tracking progress. And I don't know if that has relation to any of you that are playing clubs for SP at the moment. But if you're struggling to get your SP in clubs, well, that is the reason why. So that's kind of going on there in objectives with SP. Also, I'd say this, speaking of objectives, we have got live events that are ending today. And I'm kind of reminding myself of this because I'm trying to smash out the South American League before it goes away. I've got to win 5 more games, 3 of which with a certain squad to get the Evos unlocked and to get that all done. I kind of went that route this week. Instead of playing rivals, I wanted to play these leagues to get the Evos and to get the decent packs that are in there, but more so for the Evos because I felt like those were more intriguing to me and more fun to go for than just the packs from rivals. Ooh, we have the Intercept Plus milestone that we've just unlocked there. I'll send that to the club and we'll talk about Evos with that because, guys, yesterday we had a cheeky little Evo. A goalkeeper evolution dropped yesterday, and it's actually a pretty solid one because of the 2 playstyle pluses that it gives. The Net Guardian free evolution is repeatable twice. I've already used it once on a card. Max 87 overall, and it gives, again, the 2 best PS pluses for a keeper. Far Reach Plus and Footwork Plus. That is a great combination to have. If you've got a card that already has one of those, you get to add the other. And if you have 0 playstyle pluses on the keeper, you get to add them both. You also get long ball pinged and 1v1 closed down base playstyles with diving up to 90, reflexes to 92, and positioning up to 89. The thing that I like about this Evo is if you have like an 85 rated goalkeeper, maybe Gadella, that you're trying to chain, you could actually put them into this Evo twice. So Gadella, the first time through, maxes out on diving and reflexes, but doesn't max out on positioning. He gets the Far Reach Plus, as I already had the 1v1 close down on him, so I could put this back on him for a second time, but I've already used it once, so I personally couldn't do that. I'm just saying what you could do with this Evo. I'm probably going to use this on a more emotional card of Hugo Lloris for the 91 reflexes he gets, 90 diving, and the 89 physical with the Far Reach Plus. So that's a nice Evo for sure. Have fun with it. And we need another goalkeeper Evo like that because we have to use 4 different squads for Gauntlet upcoming this week. And that's going to help us get a little bit of depth in that goalkeeper position, having another goalkeeper Evo. So thank you, EA, for releasing that one right there. Now, also, SBCs to end off yesterday's content discussion. We have Somerville from the Netherlands. I was talking to some of you guys in the stream yesterday who know a bit more about the Dutch national team than I do. You were saying that he doesn't have that great of a chance to get called up, which would mean chances of his upgrade are slim. He also would fit Evos right about now because he's 88 rated, 4-star, 4-star, 97 pace, finesse plus, first touch plus. It is definitely not a terrible card, and it's not super expensive as well. It's 3 squads, 86, 86, 87. They do, unfortunately, all required team of the weeks, but if you're a West Ham fan, just making a Prem team, maybe Dutch, you could get this card done for at least a decent super sub with the pace that he has and really good dribbling. Now, we also have marquee matchups yesterday, which gives a tradable mega pack, and usually I just overlook marquee matchups, but this might be one worth doing if you have a bunch of extra fodder from some of the games that were actually played yesterday in the World Cup playoffs, because a tradable mega pack gives you consumables like kits, badges, and stuff like that. And some of the kits from top clubs and top nations are selling still for like 5,000 coins and above because they are so rare, and they are in these packs. Now, of course, you have to kind of get lucky to pack them because they're rare golds, but a mega pack is one of the best packs to get those, so that might actually be worth doing. Now, speaking of the World Cup playoffs, we've got Showdown upgrades incoming for Sweden's Lindelof and Italy's Fratesi. But with these wins, we've kind of seen a new kind of way to look at these answer the call cards, because if you think about it, with this Sandro Tonali going up in price from 200,000 coins to 240,000 coins, makes a bit of sense, because now he just got a greater chance of getting called up to the World Cup, because Italy, who isn't qualified yet, just got one step closer to being in the World Cup. But the opposite could be said for other players in this answer the call team that maybe are not going to be in the World Cup anymore. I don't know if there's any Irish players, but Ireland was knocked out yesterday on penalties. I think Wales was as well. I do believe there's a Welsh card in this promo team here. So there are going to be some countries that will not actually be in the World Cup at all now, since they're not qualifying, and that would mean their cards don't get upgrades. So that's one thing to consider with this. I don't know if the Barcelona man Bardagi, is his price going up because Sweden have gone through? Nah, he's still at 17, 18,000 coins there. They're not in the World Cup yet. There's still one more game to go for these playoffs, but I just wanted to mention that there with these cards that are at least playing in the World Cup playoffs at the moment. Now, I wanted to show this in the video as well and ask you guys, did you see this pop up on the companion app or the web app in the last couple of hours, or maybe as you're logging on to the game today? Because this Jake from State Farm kit thing that EA is leaving very open-ended here is really interesting. This is your moment to make an impression. Head to the club tab and equip your premium State Farm kit and show you're ready for what comes next. First of all, this kind of looks like another hashtag ad, right? We just had the Visa SBC that was dropped earlier in the year, and we had a State Farm kit and a number of other kits like a Lowe's kit, Xfinity kit. All these brands have started advertising with EA in different ways this year, and they've given us these random kits, and we've just all like either sent them to the club or discarded them maybe on accident, and now we have something that we're going to do with that kit. I don't know. I applied it just to see what happens, but I'd love to know, is that just USA related, or is it worldwide? And if you're worldwide and saw something different, what did you see? I'm just very curious, because that is a very random message just to pop up on the companion app. I don't know if that came up in game at all either, but let me know if you guys saw that one. And I'm really curious to know what the what comes next is with EA leaving that very open-ended. Now, let's take a look at Friday content today, which before we discuss Road to the Final, which is of course the main thing that is dropping today, we're expecting a Player of the Month SBC today, and it is La Liga Player of the Month. Now, this is the voting that has been closed for a couple of days that came out last week, and this is why we're expecting the SBC today, because La Liga Player of the Months are always released on Fridays. We got Valverde, Lamine Yamal, Gonzalo Guedes, Carlos Espy, Santi Comesana as the eligible players in this voting. Guys, looking at this, I think Lamine Yamal is going to go ahead and win it. Barca player, 4 goals. That's a joint highest in this voting with number of contributions. I know Valverde's been insane in real life recently for Real Madrid, but this is a league-only vote. Those Champions League games that he's had, that he's been cooking in, do not count for this technically, even though he's been playing good in the league as well. In the last month that this voting corresponds for, he only had 2 goals compared to Lamine Yamal's 4 and Carlos Espy's 4. So if I had to guess, Lamine Yamal might be getting his 3rd Player of the Month SBC, but do we really need it? Because a lot of us already got the Lafree Yamal, which was the Player of the Month for an 86 rated squad inside of the Sophia Wilson SBC. Of course, I'm sure a lot of you guys remember that, right? A 600,000 coin SBC done for way less than that. I digress. If he does get a player of the month today, it'll probably be a 92 rated card, 2 playstyle pluses. Will it make fodder go up? Only if it's crazy cheap. But guys, I keep saying and keep waiting for EA to drop an SBC that's actually going to move fodder. We even have a couple of icon player SBCs that are leaked, but I don't think it's going to move fodder prices because it's just not enough demand. 91s are 17 to 18,000 coins. 89s are 7K. 90s are 11. So they are up just a little. I mean, these cards were all 9K yesterday, even maybe a little bit lower than that. Some of them at like 9K flat instead of like 9.5K. If you have fodder and Lamine Yamal comes out early today, which it should, because player of the months always drop early before the normal content drop time. If it goes up, fodder, that is, sell it. Take the money and run. I don't know, man. Fodder is just a really weird one in this game. We were talking about it yesterday. We've been discussing it. When fodder is super cheap like this, it is way less valuable to open packs, and it makes you feel like you're earning a whole lot less coins, because you are, because the fodder cards are super duper cheap. So that's the first SBC we're expecting today is La Liga Player of the Month. But let's talk about Road to the Final, right? Some people are calling this a filler promo, and it very may well be. Between the promos that we've had recently, Foot Birthday was a bigger one, and Trophy Titans is going to be a bigger one because it's all heroes and icons. What we've just had with Answer the Call and Road to the Final, yes, they're live card promos, but with the content that's coming out with them, it leaves more to be desired. That's why I'm saying EA got to do something different today, right? There's an Evo that's leaked, and it's not that hype. The SBCs have some intrigue because these are live cards, and now that we know the upgrade path, it does make it really interesting to maybe get involved with an SBC or two, but like something special, something fun. Doesn't have to be something super elaborate. Like, give us a free card and go give us a reason to use it. There's a pack that was added to the code yesterday that maybe is something like that, but there's no leaks about it, and I don't even want to try to dream and set expectations, because if we dream and set expectations, then we can just be disappointed. So I have low expectations for today. I'll be completely honest. Looking at this promo team here, it is the league team with official stats. I think we're missing a few players in here. I do believe Chris Richards and a couple of other cards that were leaked originally are in this promo team. Once again, the stats look crazy. And if I had to say something about these card prices today, I'd imagine they would start expensive. I think they're going to start rare because I don't think they're going to get supplied that much. I don't think people are saving very many packs for this promo. If you're saving packs, you're probably saving for Trophy Titans or even Team of the Season after that. And I don't even know how many tradable packs EA is going to drop in the store. So I think these cards are going to start out expensive. If you want to buy one for your team to use, wait as long as you can. If you wait until like Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, they're going to be much cheaper than they will be starting off in packs today, I would imagine. Now, the biggest thing with this promo team and all of these cards is the upgrade path. That's the whole point, right? These cards are representing clubs playing in the Champions League, Conference League, Europa League, or Women's Champions League. And just a while ago, yesterday, we had the leaks released for how these cards will upgrade. And I have mixed emotions on this. I think it's maybe a little mid, but of course, that final upgrade for winning the Champions League is going to be a huge one. Now, let's look at this. The event launch is going to bring these cards in like Kubarsi at a 91 rated. What we get for the first upgrade is a win or draw in either of the two quarterfinal legs, right? Right now, we're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So we've got PSG, Liverpool, we've got Sporting Arsenal, Real Madrid, Bayern, and Barca Atleti. In this first leg, if Barca beat Atleti 2-0, then I think a Barca player would get, like this Kubarsi, he would get a +1 playstyle base. Now, if Atletico win the second leg 1-0, the Atletico player would get a base playstyle. But in that sense, with the aggregate score, Barcelona would go through, and so Kubarsi would get the next upgrade of a +1 skill move or weak foot. Same thing for the semifinals. If you win or draw one of the two legs, you get a +1 overall. And then if you qualify for the finals, you get a third place style plus. So these cards won't be getting a third place style plus until the beginning of May, which is when the second leg for both of the semifinals will be. And then the Champions League final, which I don't think is even set in stone yet. Neither are the semifinal dates, according to the Champions League website. Winning the Champions League is the big one. You get a 96 overall boost. So whatever rating the card is, it goes up to 96, and you'll end up as a 96 rated 5-star, 5-star 3 playstyle plus cards. So the upgrades are as follows. You get a base playstyle right away, a skill move or weak foot boost for qualifying to the semifinals. You get a +1 overall for winning or drawing a semifinal game, +1 playstyle plus for qualifying to the finals, and then you win the whole Champions League and you get the massive boost. So there's a whole lot of value here. If, let's say, Barcelona win the Champions League, that Kubarsi is going to end up being a crazy SBC. If Arsenal win the Champions League, that Eze is going to end up being a crazy SBC. Let me open image in new tab so I can zoom in a bit. Same thing with Bayern. If they go all the way, that Conrad Leimer is going to end up being a crazy SBC. But that's the unknown with these road to the final cards. And that's why it's interesting. If you think the player is good enough right away to get into your squad, or you think they're going to get at least a couple of upgrades, the SBC might be worth doing. Now, again, EA, please do not overprice these cards and make them super crazy expensive. Yes, they could go to 96 rated, but that does not need to be priced into the SBC now, because we don't get to use the 96 rated player now. We get to use the 91 or 90 rated player now. So if this Eze card is 500 and 600,000 coins to complete, no. Like if it's 200K, heck yeah. Live upgrading potential, nice card. Hopefully already has at least one of the 5-star skill move or the weak foot boost on his card, and then has the finesse and tech. That could be great. Now, who is the SBC today? That is unknown. Kubarsi, Eze, or Leimer. It's got to be one of those three. And if I had to guess, Kubarsi or Eze has not been officially leaked yet. Which one is going to be today? Along with that, we might have one of these icons. We have Cannavaro and Iniesta, both leaked as icon SBCs that are coming as well. Now, Iniesta, 93 rated card. He's about 600,000 coins in the market, or he was before this was leaked, and now his price has dropped down a bit. This card about a month ago would have been a crazy WSBC before Tiki and Incisive was nerfed, and before those two playstyles were not as meta as the playstyle pluses. Now they're good to have as base playstyles, but you'd rather have intercept and ping maybe on a midfielder. But I digress. Tiki and Incisive is still very good. 94 passing and dribbling is still very good. This is the better of the two icon SBCs that has been leaked. If he has dropped at a price of like 550,000 coins, I think some people would do it just to card collect, and that's a great thing. Use the players that you want to use the emotional cards. It's Iniesta. This is going to be one of your best chances to get him through this SBC. But with all the crazy players that we just created for a 500,000 coin Evo, I think almost all of those would clear Iniesta. I'm going to say it. I think most of them would, especially with some of the creations you guys have been sending me. So is that Iniesta going to be super hype? I don't know if he's going to be, but it at least will give you the option to get him done. He might be today as well. I would expect with this big list of players here that we get 2 SBCs today, maybe 1 road to the final, maybe 1 of the icons, or maybe we get multiple road to the final players. We will just have to see. Now, evolutions is an even bigger point of emphasis today, because guys, what have we had the last couple of weeks? Max 89 Evos. They've been good. They've been exciting. They've given us really big boosts. Yes, they've been paid, but they've been a whole lot of fun, right? They've kind of been the wowing Evos that we didn't expect to see. And well, today it looks like we're not getting a Max 89 Evo. So it sounds like Evos are quote unquote slowing down a little bit. And like Foot Yapper and some of the leakers are talking about on Twitter today, it would be no fun considering we just had Max 89 Evos. Now, I hear that, but also at the same time, maybe not. Maybe a Max 88 Evo with bigger upgrades can cook. We just have to see what this Evo actually looks like. Allegedly, it is a right wing evolution, a Max 88 right wing Evo, which doesn't sound like it has any sort of pace cap or too restrictive requirements, because some of the players that are going up on the market would lend me to believe that some of the paciest players that are right wings will still fit this evolution. So I'm looking at a Kudus card that I'd love to boost up today. I'm looking at a Pulisic card who's still 88 rated from his player of the month that I would love to boost up today as well. And if you take a look at the cards in the market, this is why I'm saying this. Adiemi has gone from 140,000 coins to 170. So, think he's going to be fitting this Evo, or at least he's getting bought up to fit the Evo. Same thing for Harry Wilson, 92 pace, a FUT birthday card. This is one that we talked about buying earlier in the week, not knowing any of the leaks, just because a Evo coming out for Max 88 and Max 89 rated players is going to create intrigue for the FUT birthdays, like we saw with Joelinton and Joe Bellingham, because you get to customize the playstyle pluses on them. So that's still one thing to watch out. I would say, of course, as always, you sell into the hype. That way you don't have to worry about any of the panic selling. You don't have to worry about if the Evo is good or if the Evo is bad. I think this cornerstone's Nico Williams, 300,000 coins for him. Let's take a look at his price from the last couple days. He was 250. He's been rising up. Yesterday, he spiked all the way one time to 370. Maybe there's a bunch of buy up right there, and his max price is 380. So sell those right wings into the hype today just to be safe, but we'll just have to see how that Evo really pays out. Now, let's take a look at some other things that we're expecting today. Store packs, right? This has been a part of the game that has been draining coins from the market heavily in the past couple of weeks, specifically the 550K recency bias encore player pick. It's set to expire today, but there's another pack that was added to the code that includes team of the years in it. First, before we get there, everybody's talking about this bronze special pack. This is April Fool's all over again. Contains 3 bronze player items and maybe more. I think EA did this exact same thing last year for April Fool's. We got an 80 plus times 10 La Liga pack added to the code. There's another La Liga pack, an 84/7. EA adding those 2 packs in the code smells like team of the season to me, because we're going to see a lot of league specific packs later on in May and even in April. Maybe that's an early pack code addition there. We'll have to see. And then a bunch of store packs here that are being added. A level up historical encore pack for icons, guaranteed road to the final packs. Second half encore player pick. This is the one that includes team of the years in it. A 1 of 5 89 plus player pick with a bunch of promos in it, and then an 84/15 pack included. So that one's going to be in the store. Sure, a lot of people are going to try it. I wonder if the team of the year pack weight will be as good or if it won't be as good. Also a guaranteed road to the final pack, a max 88 encore icon player pack. Why is this being added to the code? And it doesn't look like it's a store pack either. It says contains, right? When it says includes, that's usually a store pack. Contains usually means it's an SBC or an objective. A max 88 icon. Why would we need that? Or what in the world would be the point of that pack releasing? I don't know. But if EA is going to do something with that and let us have some fun with it, give us all a max 88 promo icon or base icon card, and then we have to go use it in somewhere. Like, give us a reason to use a card like that we wouldn't normally use. And it could be fun for a little bit of time. That's the sort of fun thing out of the blue sort of situation that would be cool if they drop something like that today. Not just content that we see recycled over and over, but something unique, something new. I feel like that's what I'm after. Foot Birthday gave us that, and now I'm like, I want more of that from EA Sports. Now, the rest of the packs added to the code. We got an 84 plus gold 11, another guarantee pack, second half provisions pack. That sounds like it's going to be in the store too, and a classic players pack. Interesting right there. So we'll have to see what that one is going to be including. And then we've got some road to the final guarantees. That was one thing I wanted to talk about. Last week with Answer the Call, we had a max 89 Festival of Football Answer the Call guarantee pack. I don't think there's going to be one of those for road to the final, because these cards are all live. And if they did max 89, then that would be just like a very small amount of the team, because most of this team is 90 and above anyways. Like, it would just include a couple of Champions League cards and a couple of Conference League cards, and everything else is 90 plus. So I don't think they're going to do anything like that. If they do a regular road to the final guarantee that we get to do a couple times per day or even once per day, that'd be sick, but I wouldn't expect too much of it. Also, I forgot to mention via SBCs today, along with that pack going away, the 85 plus player pick goes away as well. And that's been a great one to do over this past week. Unfortunately, it goes away. All we can ask is that it gets refreshed today on Friday. Now, let's talk about the market, all right? How is all this content going to impact the market? Well, as we were just kind of talking about things, it looks like it's not going to be that crazy, right? And the market is already starting to tell that sort of story as you see prices move. Prices are going up. We talked about investing in yesterday's video. We talked about prices going up specifically on some of the midfielders. I bought Gallagher yesterday for 120,000 coins. I just sold 2 of them that I bought at 120K for 150K. And it looks like he's going higher. I sold the Yap Stam just a bit ago that I bought for 2.2, sold them for 2.5. I actually just bought a Jude Bellingham as well for the Answer the Call, because his card price was way down for some reason, so I picked him up for a risky flip. But a lot of the cards that we were looking at have gone up. Bruno Fernandes was 720K. Now he's 850. A Billy was 285. Now she's 400, holy smokes. Like, a lot of the market is starting to move up. So with these answer the call cards, if content isn't that crazy today, if it's just an okay promo Friday, nothing wild, I believe that these could continue to go higher. They dipped a little with Rivals rewards yesterday, which was good to see and maybe was a good opportunity to get involved in a couple of them. But I think these could continue to rise, as could the rest of the market. If there's out of packs players that are looking low before the content drop today, or maybe right after content, you see some prices down for whatever reason, feel free to go pick up some cards. Like this Adama, 170. He was 140 all week. Literally all week, 130 to 140,000 coins. And then yesterday after Rivals, boom, market starts to lift off. So if any of these cards come back down, if content's not good, that's the key. If content is not that good, the Evo is not super crazy or expensive, the SBC is not super cheap and everybody's selling cards to go and do it, I do believe you're going to see some of the market rebound back up even further, and we'll have the return of what we haven't had in a long time, a nice little Friday night bubble. We love the Friday night bubble because it brings profits all the time. I mean, look at what the market has done since earlier in the week. 140K for Enzo. Now he's 190. So prices have been rising, and you can't look at the graph and say, oh man, I can't get that card now. He's already gone. The price is already up too much. The prices are probably going to keep rising. If we're being honest, they're going to probably continue to rise. So trading with out-of-pack specials, thumbs up from me. If you're wanting other ways to trade today, get on bids for the new promo cards. This always works on a Friday night. Getting on quick flip bids. This is the best way to make coins fast on a Friday night. Bid on the new promo cards because people will pack like Bernardeschi, who might sell for like 40 or 50K, right? People will pack him, list them up for a 10,000 coin start price on bid. You get them on bid for 20K. You list them up for 40,000 coins. Boom, easy profit right there. So that's going to be easy money. And then bidding on fodder as well. If you don't want to do the work and go through graphs and all that, if you bid on fodder, you're going to make coins as well. But it should be a very good Friday night on the market. We should have a nice bubble, and that should bring in some good profits. That's the video for me today, guys. We will be there in the stream today. We'll be checking out all the content today. So if you want to tap in, make sure you do so an hour before the content drop or so here on the YouTube and also on the Twitch channel as well. I'm still opening all my packs, by the way. Once I get this South American League done, I'm ripping because I'm chasing after Weston McKennie. We're wearing the USA kit for that reason. And then I'm also trying to pack Javi Simons before he goes out of packs too, because I personally have more connection with the players in this promo, apart from the Chris Richards that might be coming in Road to the Final today. But I'd love to pack the players and answer the call because I think both Simons and McKennie are going to get called up. And I'd love to have either or both of those cards. So that's why I'm still chasing those. Maybe if I'm feeling super risky, I may even open a store pack before they go out of pack today just to see if I can get them first owner for the collection, which sounds dumb, but you know what? Sometimes it's just fun to take a little bit of a risk like that. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the video for me today. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you in a stream today. It's been Nate, TheFutAccountant. Have a great Friday. Peace out.